Be sure to check out my store for the stuff I use and templates at a low cost, and get my everything pack so you can have everything in my store at a reduced cost, less than $20 if you tweet it out. What's up guys, Quezzy here bringing you guys another tutorial. Today, I'm going to be doing something a little different. Usually I do design tutorials, things in Photoshop, Illustrator, stuff like that. But today, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to create your own website for free. This is really freaking dope. I'm going to be using Wix.com. I'm sure some of you guys might have heard of this, but it's really easy to create a free website. And then if you upgrade, you can get some really sweet things like being able to do a store, other awesome stuff, and it's really cheap compared to actually buying a full website yourself. It's only like $8 a month. So here's the website I created. And this one took me like 5 minutes, but I didn't do a lot of custom editing to this. This is like one of their default sort of layouts. And I'm going to show you how to create something like this in like 5 minutes if you're a real newbie. But then I'm going to be also teaching you how to go from this and add your own flair on it and customize every detail about it. Excuse me, I keep kind of burping or whatever. I just drank a soda. Not a good idea. But yeah, let's get right into it. So I'm going to go here to my account, and obviously I already created a site. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new one, and let's go to manage site. Actually, it's right here. I'm going to click the plus sign, and if you go to Wix.com, all you need to do is create an account and then create a site, and this is where it'll take you. Obviously, if you're doing certain things, or it's going to depend on what you're doing. You can see there's a lot of different options here. Personally, I'm a designer, so I'm going to go into the designer section here because I'm going to be creating some sort of portfolio probably. But obviously, if you're working on a business, you can select whatever applies. I'm going to go here and do designer, and they'll touch on that a little bit later. So this is what I was talking about, like the default website versus kind of the editor. So I created a default website with ADI, which is what I recommend you start out with because you can just flip over to the editor then whenever you're ready. So you can start with that if you want. I haven't started with it yet. I've only gone from this to that. But feel free if you're comfortable enough to go there, or you can skip ahead in the tutorial where I cover that part. But we're going to start with Wix ADI. Now, what is this website for? Like I said, mine's going to be a portfolio. I could just do graphic designer and offer services, but now I'm going to do portfolio. Why not? Again, depending on what category you selected earlier, it will depend on what your options are there. You can plug in whatever applies to you. And what do I want to do? I might want to sell online. I can take bookings and appointments if I want to do personal tutorials with people wanting to learn certain design things. And maybe get some subscribers to update them on any videos that I come out with, or post, or new designs, what have you. I could also create a blog, but probably don't see myself doing that. I'm not going to select that. And I'm going to hit next. I'm just going to type in my business name here. Obviously, you can do the same. Now, I don't have a address specifically. I kind of bounce around from a couple places right now. But since my business is online, it doesn't really matter. I just need to hit skip. And then here you can fill out some of your info, maybe upload a photo. So if I click upload, I can go through and select something. Where is my avatar at? Come on. Boom, there it is. You can have your company logo or whatever right there. Mine is the brain. Fill out the email, so I'll do my business email. If you guys need any design work, you can feel free to hit that email up. Add a social media link. I'm going to add my Twitter. You guys should follow me at Quezzy. And then you can obviously fill in these other things, but I'm just going to hit next because it's a tutorial and you guys can figure out that other stuff on your own. And by other stuff, I mean plugging in your address and what have you. But when you're running in the ADI, you'll get this loading screen pretty often. It's going to create the website for you to begin with. So you're going to get this, and it's going to plug in things for you depending on what sort of things you selected. So I selected a portfolio. It's going to kind of set up a portfolio for me. Depending on what you selected, it'll give you different things. Now, this says help me learn your taste, which you basically just select a theme, but you can change this later on. They only give you 6 here, but later on there's probably close to 50, I think. So I'm just going to hit sophisticated and continue. And this is where it'll build your homepage for you depending on the things you selected, and you kind of just have to hit continue here and let it do its thing, and you can literally watch it build this website for you. While it does this, I'm going to explain a few things first. So when you're in this ADI menu, it will change when we go to the other editor, but we'll get into that later. So you can see up here is the page. You can go bounce between different pages and also create different pages here. Site design, that's where we can select a different theme and kind of customize it a little bit. Adding a section, that's what they're doing right now. They're adding sections, and I'll walk you through some of the sections that are here, show you what they have to offer, and see if what you want to do is incorporated in Wix.com, which I'm sure it will be because they have so many different options. Manage, basically what it sounds, you can manage your profile and site and whatnot. Right here is the back button, so you can undo things like you would in Photoshop or Illustrator or whatever editing programs. Instead of Command Z, you gotta hit the back button. Obviously they have a help button. You can upgrade. This is if you want to upgrade to be able to have a store, like a store that works. You can have like the store on there, but I guess it doesn't work until you upgrade. And some other really sweet features with the upgrade that I'll show you later on. Site, this is where this will take you to different selections, but this is where we'll go to the other editor eventually. Preview, you can obviously preview the website how it will look on desktop, but you can also preview it how it will look on mobile. And then once you want your site published and out there, you want to hit publish, and it'll be out there for everyone to see. And you can also kind of tweak the domain a little bit, although if you want your own personal domain, you would need to upgrade. So let's just wait for this to finish building. It should be almost done. You can see at the bottom right it said 6 of 6. Now it's finishing up. And there we go. We are set to go. Now I'm going to obviously walk you through a little bit of this, but if you didn't want to hear me talk, you could click here, the play button, and go through kind of the tutorial where it talks to you about stuff, but I'm going to be doing that anyway. You can see this is what the site sort of set up for us, and I'm going to walk you through each one of these things here real quick. So if I want to edit this first About Quezi thing, I can click on it and hit edit. I believe you can also double click on it and you get this, and we could change the about, like welcome, like that might be nice. And then if I want a subtitle, I just need to click on it and it'll check it, but if I don't want it to be visible, I can just uncheck it right here. But I'm just gonna say, just gonna put my name there. I don't know, I'm not very creative right now. Pretty tired actually. I just went through this whole tutorial and muffed it up, but you can see here you can add our own image, so you can replace it with whatever. You can crop it. You can go to the settings. You can also go to a gallery, and I believe this will flip through different images here. And you can also add a video, but if you do that, I would recommend waiting until the end of your process, so you don't have it slowing down when you preview and things like that. It might take a little bit longer, but if you're fine with that, that's alright. Button text, so this is that button right here, so you can make this clickable so people can click it and go somewhere else. So if I want you to say follow me on like Twitter or whatever, follow me, we can link it. You can link it it's to none right now, but if I wanted to link to a page, like somewhere on this page, you can see here where on page, and you can select a category. If you wanted to go to a different page on your website, you just select page. You can see all the options we have here, but I want to do web, so I'm just going to copy my Twitter link in there. Done. So now that's clickable, and that's basically how you work all the settings and change the text and things. And the same works with images. So here's my gallery. This would be my portfolio. I can double click on here and add like a download and things. Image quality, I want to change. If you make it too high, then the bandwidth to actually run or to get the website loaded, it takes up more the better quality of the images, because the higher the size of the file. But we want to go to manage the actual images and things like that. You can see we have a bunch of these stock photos. We can select all and delete. And I'm not going to bother doing that, but I'm going to show you how to add your own media, which is just add media. Who would have thought it's that easy? So you can click that. You'll get this loading screen a bunch at different times. You just have to wait, let it run its course. Once it's done, it should work. And let's add an image. I want to do my images. So all you need to do is go to upload images, select whatever you want, and then hit OK, and it'll bring it in. You can see I have some already selected, so I'm going to go ahead. It's like this wolf that I did like 4 years ago or whatever, and you can see I can add a title, so I'll call this Bear Tooth, which was the name of the project. And then right here, this is the focus point. So in that little thumbnail, it makes all the thumbnails a little size. You can actually change that later on when we get to the other editor, but you want this to be the main point of your project. So if I click this right now, you can see it focuses on this middle point, but it could cut out like the front part of this wolf, which is sort of the main part. So I'm gonna click this over here to kind of be the focus point, and then click done. And you'll notice in the thumbnail part right here, once it loads, that part is going to be right in the middle, like so. Maybe I should have moved it over a little more so it got the whole wolf in, but you guys get the gist. Scroll through. Again, you can edit this. The contact form, you can edit some things. You can't actually edit much of the contact form itself, but that's no big deal. Here's the store. You can actually change the settings of the products. So here's like the thumbnail for the little images. So you could put, like, if you're selling shoes, you could have different pictures of shoes. So you'd probably go 1-to-1 ratio, but you can change the ratio. So maybe it's flatter out like that, or to whatever you'd want. But we're gonna go ahead and hit manage real quick. And this is where you can actually create your store. I'm gonna actually select all of these and delete them real quick so we don't get them confused. And we're going to create a new product. Now, if you want the store to be live, you have to buy the monthly plan or whatever, and it's like $8 for the basic. So I'm going to create a fake product here real quick. Mine would be an online product. You can add it to a collection. So if you sell multiple things like shoes, socks, whatever, you might do like a shoes category. For me, I'll just do design, check. Basic info. Let's say this is a YouTube banner template that you can download and customize yourself. Do something like that. If this is a new product, I can type new and it'll give it a little new ribbon, or you could say on sale or whatever you like. Put in the price real fast. You can put it on sale, change the price, add the discount, whatever you like. Add the description. Pretty self-explanatory. You can track the inventory if you want to do something. So if you have 20 shirts, you can plug in 20, and then once that's out, it'll stop selling them, so you don't sell too much. I'm sure you guys know how inventory works. You can add your own return policy or whatever policy you'd have. So for me, it'd be that like once you buy one of my products, it can't be refunded because you get a download. So you're gonna have the product no matter what. It's not like it can't be returned. You're gonna have it. So once you buy it, you have it. So I'd have to put that policy in there so people know. Custom text. If you're making something with custom text, they can put it in there for extra dough or what have you. And then here's, you can add product options like size, color, material, like it says there, and do your thing. But let's click save because that's basically all I have to do. And then if we go here to collections real quick, you can see I made that design collection, but if you have more collections, you can obviously play around with those. Here's orders. You'll only be able to see this once you upgrade. And actually, let's take you to the upgrade portion, the premium plans. I'll kind of give you the rundown on these real quick. All right, so the $8 a month one, so that's like, it's almost $100 a year. It's like $96 a year, which is a pretty good deal. If you were to buy like a full website from a company, it'd definitely be way more than that. Probably, yeah, way more than that is all I'll say. But you get 10 gigs of bandwidth, 20 gigs of storage, 1 year free of your domain, $300 in ad vouchers, which are really sweet that Wix does. You get these vouchers that you can use. So you get like different ads. You can see there's Bing ads, $125 in local listings, Google AdWords, which is really like a really neat thing. I haven't played around with vouchers myself, but it's to bring in more people. So if you have your business going on here, it would be really helpful. But like I'm doing a portfolio, I probably wouldn't actually sell anything on my portfolio. so I wouldn't do something like this, but if you were to, it's really handy that they have this sort of thing. Here you remove the Wix ads. I don't know if you noticed, but on this website you can see it has this ad here and this ad at the bottom. It gets rid of those as soon as you get one of these plans, and you get 2 premium apps. Site Booster, you can see it'll drive more traffic to your site, and Form Builder, where you can create forms, which is really handy. You'd be surprised how often you might use forms for different things. So I mean, if you're looking into this, you might want to do this. This one you get some emails and things, and then I don't even know what you get with this. If you're going all out with this one though, you got to be really serious, because this is some serious money you're shedding. But you get really good like stuff from Wix in return, like VIP support line, professional store review. You get help with everything. So really, you can't really fail with all that help. So if you're buying into this, it's really gonna help your business out. But yeah, I'm sticking with the free. I'm sure most people will stick with the free. But yeah, that's whatever. Here's the promotional part of the store. You can add your own coupons for discounts, and then also email people whenever you have a new product or something, like if there's a deal going on, what have you. Business setup, this is where you just add payments and things like that, or your taxes, your shipping, store settings, all that good stuff that you'd play around with the store. And you can also play around with the mobile aspect of this, which I haven't as well, so I'm not going to dive into it. But if it's something you'd be down to do, it's probably easy to set up. I mean, everything with Wix is pretty easy, which is why I recommend using it for any sort of website, any sort of portfolio, or whatever you really want to do. Actually, I want to show you one last thing here, which is the Book Online, which if I were to use it, I do like online tutorials with people. So like, say they want to learn effect, they can buy an hour of my time and I'll show you how to do a certain Photoshop effect or something like that. But I'm sure most people would use this for actually physical things, so like yoga classes, haircuts, what have you. So here it is. If you go to the Wix booking, here you can see there's 2 options: private or group. Group would be like a class, like it says, or a tour, like a yoga class or something. Private is one-on-one, like appointments, tutoring, manicures. You can see right there, I do one-on-one. And you can see name the service, so I do like tutorial, personal tutorial, and my category would be design, check mark. Add a little description. You can add a photo. You can pick the staff members that's doing it if you have a number of staff, which you can put all the staff in there. You can also create a section for staff, which I haven't showed the sections yet. I'll get to that. Service details, obviously you can play around with these settings. You can have exactly, if you are a hair salon, you can have this made out so you have like 1 hour time, or maybe it's less than that. Haircuts aren't usually that long, is it? So you can do like 20 minutes and like at the salon for your hair appointment or whatever. But you can see this is really sweet, paid. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a paid service. And you can, on my website or in both, or on my website, in person or both, depending on what you're doing. Like that might work out. If it's a class that you pay for when you show up, you can do in person, whatever. Set your price. It's really sweet though, and then you can save that service. You can see also you just have to plug in the other information. Oh yeah, you can set up the dates for the online bookings, which is really sweet. And then here's what I was talking about adding the staff. But yeah, let's quit out of this right quick. I want to show you the sections that I forgot to do in the beginning. Alright, so we're back here. If we go to site design real fast, you can see there's so many different site designs. Actually, I haven't played around with a lot of them, but I just saw one that looked kind of cool. High rise. Let's do this. And this will take a while once you change it. And by a while, I mean like 15 seconds or whatever. And if you don't like the color scheme, you can edit that too, which I'll show you in just a sec. So you can see I have this one selected, so I can click customize. And I can go shuffle through all the different designs here. I can change the color set. Maybe I want some cyan, that'd be pretty cool. And then I can also change the font, and that's about the extent of it here. But I'm just going to hit the X. And then if we go here to add section, adding sections is really easy. You can just click and drag it wherever you want it on here. But you can see all the different things you can do. So there's a bunch of different abouts, bios, clients, people you've worked for would be here. Team members, this is what I was telling you about staff. You can add all your staff in on their own page or whatever. FAQ, products, projects, events, news, your hours, a headliner for the page. You can add a gallery, featured product if you're doing special deal or something. You can have this on the top. Product gallery, obviously, which is what you'd have in the store. Blog post gallery if you have multiple blog posts. Music player, this would be great if you're if you make music or this is like your band's web page or website. You can add like your new mixtape, album, the free songs, whatever you have. I don't really know. Tour dates if you're touring too. Also, that would help with the bookings if you want people to book your band. You can do that. Pro gallery, which is what the gallery I used. You can see you can change the different things. Mine was like this one, I believe, so everything was even. But you could do something like this where it fit the images and were all different sizes, and you can edit that later on as well. But yeah, that's sort of all the sections. You can see there's so many testimonials, people, what they say about your business, all that. There's a lot of different options in there, which is really awesome because no matter what you're doing, there's always an option for you. It's really nice. Manage, here's the store and bookings. And then here, I'll just run you through the preview and publish, and then we'll go to the other editor. But if we go preview, all right, so we're on the preview right now. So this is what my website would look on the full web page. You can see gallery, everything fits up the whole page. But the cool thing, if we want, we can go here and do a mobile preview. Select that. It'll give you this phone that you can scroll through and see exactly what your site will look like on the mobile device, which is freaking awesome. You can see you'd have this little bar here. You can actually click on it. You can see all your different pages. And then you can just scroll through like you'd normally scroll on a web page, down through it and see everything. Some of the stuff might look a little funky, but they adapt it to the mobile device, which is really nice. If anyone's ever coded any website before, it's pretty difficult to physically code like mobile adaptability in there. I don't know what the word I was looking for there. It's pretty difficult, but let's close out of this real fast and we'll publish it. So here, when you want to publish it, your site won't be live until you hit the publish button, and any changes you make won't be saved until you publish them. So here's the name of my account or whatever, that's Quezzy, and all you can do with the free version is just plug whatever you want on the back in. So I might just do tutorial, and like I said, you can connect your customized domain, but I believe you need to have the upgraded version for that. Unless you already have the domain, then you might be able to connect them, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But then you just hit publish and continue. Again, here I'll give you the option to connect your domain, but you can just let it go. Let's hit view site, and I'm just going to open that in a new tab. I'm actually going to move this over so I'm kind of organized here. And here is our site. This is what the page looks like. You got your little avatar up there, the name, and you can put whatever logo you want in there. Probably with a transparent background will look the best. And then boom, here's our website. We already have a website, and obviously I showed you a lot of things, and I didn't really put anything in, but you can knock this out real quick. And the coolest thing about this is like galleries. You can get likes on photos. The follow me button actually takes you to the Twitter or whatever. You got the cart, got this menu up here. Everything looks so nice too. Got the contact page, and yeah, this is just a really nice website. You can see there's the new button. That's the ribbon thing I was talking about earlier. But yeah, now let's go ahead and go to the next step, which is customizing your website fully. So we want to go here to site, and let's go to editor. Now, it'll give you this warning about how you can't go back to the ADI, so make sure you have everything you kind of want on the ADI before you do this. Once you go to the editor, everything you do from here on out will have to go through the editor, but there's a lot more you can do, like animations and things like that will be sweet. So let's go ahead and go to editor. Again, you'll get this loading screen. I haven't experienced this loading screen as much in this editor. I don't even know if it's a part of this editor or just the ADI, but I guess if it pops up again, we'll know our answer. Alright, here we are in the editor. You can see there's a few different options already at the top. The top looks completely different. So we got our pages here, sort of similar. You got pages you can select. It's just kind of a different look. And the add page down there. Site is here. You kind of have a little more options here. Tools, you can add rulers, grid lines, snap objects, which will like place things, like if you're trying to center things, it'll click in there for you, so you don't have to play around and get it perfect. You got the help button still, upgrade again, and then here's a zoom out if you want to zoom out from things and get a better view. Exit zoom. You hit the X, undo button, redo button, switch editors to the mobile editor. So this is where you can actually edit how it looks on the mobile device. You got the save button, preview button, publish button, same things that that you've seen on the last one. And over here, some options for whatever you have selected. So if I select, say, this one, you can see I get a bunch of different options like copy, duplicate, the trash, delete, arrange. You can move things in front of one another and back of one another depending on what they are. This is the align. You can change the height, whatever, showing on pages, etc. You can kind of, I didn't really use this at all, but if you need to, you can use it, and you can also move it around, so in case it's in your way. You could also close out of it. Over here, I don't really use much of this either, but you got the background. You can add a section. So if I click add, you can see there's a bunch more options now. You got a slideshow. You can add just a social media button or whatever, all kinds. Add a box, strip, shape, and all these things you can put like text into or whatever. Video. This is something I might do with my YouTube channel. Since I have a bunch of tutorials, I might put in a playlist or whatever. Music, again, if you got bands, you can hear, like, check this out, buy album, share album, you can play songs, you can buy them, SoundCloud player, Spotify, mini players, and like there's a bunch of different designs for them too. Download with iTunes button, SoundCloud playlist, sell download, like so much here, guys. You got the social icons, you got the contact menu. So like I said, the address button you couldn't get rid of on the contact menu before. Now you can just plug in your own map. There's a bunch of different styles. You can edit the menu, put a menu at the bottom if you want. List. Oh, by the way, you can delete anything already on this page if you want to get rid of it. So if I don't like this menu, I can just click it, delete it, do something else. Here's blog, lightbox. So a lightbox is like a message that would pop up. Either when you click or when you get on the page. So you can see this one's welcome to my site. You can put this on, so when people visit your site, if you're having like a Black Friday sale, this will pop up and be like, oh hey, we're having a sale. Or it could do, I'm actually not sure if this has anything for like actually clicking the lightbox. I doubt it does. But you can see it has a bunch of different variations to it. I got the contact, promotion, stuff like that. Again, the blog, the store. This is a more customizable store with a lot more to add, like add to cart buttons. Here's your cart button with how much you have in there, and various things you can add. These are some of the apps that I don't think I showed them yet, but you can get different apps and things and download them. Here's some examples of that let you do different things, and then more. This is just a bunch of stuff, so you can embed, add HTML code, Flash, etc. Buy now, donate, Anchor, etc., etc. You can see all the different things. I haven't played around with this stuff that much, but there's a lot you can do with this. It's hard to do a tutorial that encompasses everything and explain all these little facets. So that's why I'm not. But you can see there is just a bunch you can add to your website, and it's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, so let's go down here. Here's the app market. You can add different apps to your website. Some of them you might have to pay for, but you can see Instagram feed. You can have if your company's Instagram. You could probably add like hashtags too, so if people use hashtags, they'll pop up in the feed. Stuff like that. Slideshow, forms, free apps right there is probably what you want to check out. Made by Wix. Embedded HTML. So if you want, like, I don't know, if you had a separate store on a separate page and you wanted to embed buying something there, you can embed the code with that. Marketing tools, obviously there's just so many different things. Design tools, visual effects. I haven't even gone into that. I probably should have. That would have been cool. But here you can see all the music apps if you're into music. Now what is this? Oh, that's just adding different content. The blog, this is the store you can set up. Email, set up the email, and then the bookings, which is all stuff you can add if you want it available to your people or what have you. But I'm going to show you kind of probably the coolest thing about the editor, not to mention that you can kind of edit everything, but it's that you can make your website go from a 5 to a 9 super quick. So I'd say this site that I created is maybe like a 4. Like, it's nothing special. I didn't really try that hard, but I can easily kind of upgrade it to like a 6 or 7. So if I click on this text here, you can see I can, first of all, I can ungroup elements and edit everything individually. So actually I might do that, ungroup elements, and then I might just select this welcome text, and I can go here to animate. And now check this out. You can select different animations for these. So this can bounce in. Let's play it real quick. Bounce in, float in. I actually like this one. Let's play that again. Floats in, fly in. Oh, that one's pretty wide. Reveal. Let's do reveal actually. Let's play that one more time. Reveals it. And then if you click customize here, you kind of change around what it looks like. So direction. What does from the bottom look like? Alright, this is how you preview it. Just figure that out. So you can see that. Preview it coming from the bottom is pretty cool. Let's extend the duration actually a bit. Preview this. Pretty cool. So we can make that so it only animates the first time you go on the web page or whatever. I'm not sure. I imagine if you refresh it, it'd pop up. That's probably the best bet so it doesn't keep re-happening, because that could get kind of annoying. But you guys can just play around with animations for a lot of these different things. I'm not sure how much you can do. Yeah, you can't really do it for the picture aspects of it, it seems like, but you can stretch this out. I don't know if you guys paid attention when we looked at it full preview, but this banner was kind of wide and this was kind of like thinned, so maybe I'd stretch to full width here and then preview this. And this is like preview mode, so this looks a little better. Bigger images too. Although that could be a little funky. Maybe we want smaller images or what have you. But yeah, so that is essentially it for the actual web page part of this. I want to go to the account now. I'm actually going to publish this, save changes. Yes, that's all fine, done. Let's go to the site. Let's go to my dashboard. And I'm just going to show you a couple things and then wrap this video up. So you can see here are all those apps that I mentioned earlier. You can add apps and etc., but they all kind of do their own thing. You got your SEO wizard to bring more people to your website and things of that nature. Automated email, so if people maybe buy something, you get a message sent, or they sign up as a subscriber or something. But yeah, you have all these options to do different things, Wix stores, etc. You can manage the domain here, manage your site here. You can see you can click here, create a new site, or edit one of your sites already. Set up a mailbox, upgrade your plan, and so on. And then here's your normal account settings, and you can play around with billing stuff, vouchers, your mailboxes, domains, the plan, and then your account settings, which are the standard things. You can connect your Google Plus account and all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this tutorial. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on the video. We're shooting for 100 likes on this. But yeah, guys, let me know if you use this website. It's pretty cool. I might be using it in the future. You might see some stuff from me. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Peace.